are
Ready
you?
to take off?
Ready to take off.
Look at, for those that are watching this right now on YouTube, there is this beam of light radiating through our heads. We have no idea where it's coming from. We've been moving the furniture. We've been doing everything we can here. So we're just going to go with it. Just know that we are brilliant.
In every way, shape, and form.
Totally legends in our own minds.
Getting
Well,
better every year.
all right, everyone, welcome to the very, very first of what we hope will be a continuing series. We're going to call it the sofa series because that's what we're doing. We're sitting here on the sofa.
As we do every once in a while and
Yeah.
solve all the problems of the world.
Absolutely. There's something about having my ass grounded on this couch. Welcome to Seasoned Women, Serious Business, Wise Enough to Want More. And my very special partner here, Jackie Wazalek, who has been the wind beneath my wings for a long, long time.
And every once in a while we switch.
We have a lot of names for each other. Some of those we will not share with you right now. Look, there's something going on with the lighting. I don't know. It's so crazy. All right. Why are we here today? It's because I'm on the cusp of 70. By the time you watch this, I will be. Jackie's just slightly ahead of the curve of me. And we recognize through conversation between us and with other friends that there is a lot of being in isolation and feeling like we don't have it all figured outness going on.
True story. Everything changes. Every sort of the decades bring us into a new awareness of what's going on. And we knew who we were raising kids. We knew who we were running businesses. We knew who we were volunteering, sitting on boards, whatever we did. But there comes a time when some of those things no longer light our fire. Sometimes those things no longer serve us in the way they served us in the past. And so our friends tended, I speak for myself, my friends tended to be those that I met up with every month at association meetings. My friends tended to be some of my customers because it was just good doing business with people I liked, right? Retirement, a long awaited retirement, actually brought me into a space of, all this time to explore now. And so I'm having fun exploring, but I would love to find something that just lit my soul up and got me up in the morning and make my life a legacy life, right? So that people are, and I say this sort of oddly, but I hope people are going to miss me when I'm gone. That it isn't, thank God she's off this planet. I do want to make a contribution to the world, continue to do that, because I think the impact we have on the world is really the most important thing we can do while we're alive.
You touched on a whole lot of important themes for me because retirement, what the hell does that mean anymore? Knowing who we are now, because it sure as hell is a surprise to most of us who we actually are.
All kinds of things that show up that, wow, who knew?
Not welcome things and some other delightful bonus surprises, right? Because to your point, Jackie, and so just to explain for those who don't know her, Jackie has just recently sold her business. And that's how she and I reconnected, talking about what it's like to be in that period of not having every moment of your day and every thought driven by the activities that your business demands of you, or that you have actually created for yourself. And you mentioned friendships and relationships, because that's the other thing, that if you are a seasoned woman and when you sell your business or you start to prepare for that, oh my God, our relationships, our community is so interwoven
Yeah.
into who we hang out with and who we show up for, and who we don't show up for is another factor, which
Absolutely. There's also those,
yeah.
I tolerated that for quite a while, right? Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, so it therefore shouldn't come as a big surprise to us that, holy fuck, there's a lot to figure out now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if generally more people are smarter, that they anticipated all of this, but I sure as hell didn't.
Yeah.
I was still living in the love fantasy land of life of leisure, sleeping in, going to the spa, hanging out for lunch with friends, catching up on all those things I said I was going to do. All of that takes about 5 minutes. Yeah.
And then you find this little chunk of time that's not dictated by what showed up on your phone today, right? Yeah.
And even how that just, it's not bad. We're not saying don't do this. We're saying just be prepared, be open, and have grace for yourself when suddenly you feel like you have fallen down the rabbit hole and Alice isn't even there to give you directions. And you say, what the hell? Who am I? And what am I going to do with myself? Right?
And how long can I have lunch, right?
Ladies who do lunch only are very boring people.
Yeah, there really does need to be something that just fires us up, and something that really contributes, right?
That brings us to the other point you brought up, and that is legacy.
Yeah.
Now maybe is the time where, instead of just being driven every day by other people's agendas and the chaos that we've created for ourselves, is that moment to pause and go, why will my life matter?
Yeah.
What have I been doing on this planet for the last 60 plus years that anybody will care at all about afterwards? Hopefully there are enough people that we have loved and created a relationship with that will miss us a little and say something maybe nice about us. But really, in the end, once that's done and they all go back to their own lives, what are you leaving here?
And Isabel and I attended an event on Friday that was really quite inspirational. And I see women younger than us doing some great things and making an impact on their community. And I think that's lovely. And I also know that we have so much to give back, yet we've given it so much over our lives that there's also that, I don't even know if it's a fear or maybe it's time to just relax, and we are enough. We've got enough. And what can I share? But also without, again, losing ourselves in that busyness and in that whole scope of, why am I doing this? Sitting down at the end of the day, instead of, I'm doing this because I just love doing it. Oh
my gosh, Jackie, when you said that, my heart took a little bit of a flip-flop.
Yeah.
Because I wondered, is that part of the difficulty in this transition, is if we stop being busy and visible and giving of ourselves, do we become invisible?
Yeah. And is that less of us? I don't know. Figuring out these really deep questions of, what does this look like?
Well, and I go back to, my concern is that there are millions of us just in this one little patch of the planet, millions of us in our 60s, 70s and beyond, that are in this role, and I think we're in isolation most of the time. These aren't conversations that I've had the opportunity to have often enough. And that's really why I started the podcast, was to be able to talk to women of a certain age. Oh, what a horrible expression that is. But seasoned women, because as business owners, we've got like appetite for life.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
That's a beautiful way to express it.
I am hungry.
To learn and to be part of and to experience more.
Yeah. So how do we still satisfy that appetite of curiosity and having some influence and impact and feeling like we matter, we're relevant, without having to go sacrificing again health, personal time, growth, reflection,
and the ability to have fun and find humor and find joy again, right? That take ourselves really seriously and have.
Yeah.
And so when I find that little bit of joy and that spark of humor and sitting down with people who can laugh about the same things, right? Because that's another piece of it.
For instance, brain fog, forgetting why you walked into a room. Why have we allowed ourselves to be convinced that's something to be ashamed of and cover up or ridicule ourselves? Oh my God. My brain is so full, like I'm still cramming all this new stuff in there. Give me a break. Every once in a while, I have to wait for the CD to come around again.
I was laughing and when I had some conversations with some other women and some older than me, and it's more like playing a game of charades sometimes, right? Remember when? Do you know who that is? Yes, I remember who she was. What was her name? And so we go back and forth, and it isn't, I think, a matter of, as Isabel and I, one of my 80-year-old friends one day at lunch couldn't remember a name of a woman. And the other woman said to her, who was a dear friend of hers, "You D.O.B.?" And she said, "What do you mean, you demented old bitch?" Can we laugh at those moments instead of feeling, oh shit, we're going down the rabbit hole, man. I don't even want to be in public. We don't need to be ashamed of those moments. We need to embrace those moments and know that we have good friends that gotta have our backs, right? And we can laugh about it with.
And let's be honest, is there ever a time in your life that you feel that you could remember every single thing in the instant, the nanosecond, or the name of the person that you met once at a networking event? Why are we putting more emphasis on it now? And truly, I do believe that there is a justification in that. Look how much our generation has learned and experienced, and that we're cramming it in there, cramming it in there. And so I feel like I never forget anything. It just takes a while to find it longer. But why should we feel less than for that?
Lights are just playing tricks again.
I don't know. It's pretty cool. I think that this is a sign. Okay, everybody who's watching this, you're witnessing some celestial aura that's going on.
I'm
here.
sure.
Yeah, that's because we are DOBs. So, and it doesn't have anything to do with light bulbs. And I love that expression. I'm so happy you shared that, because that was yours to share. Originally, I thought DOB stood for date of birth, but I am having way much more fun with this version of DOB. And I am now tempted to sign my credit card statements and everything else with that, because why not have fun? And that is the pact between Jackie and I. If it's not fun, we're not fucking doing it.
Yeah,
That's
just
that.
doesn't make sense anymore, right? There
Yes.
goes the light. I love this.
And we are women. We are mothers, wives, grandchildren, grandmothers,
Yep.
friends, business owners, multiple business owners, careers, and being involved and giving a hand up. That's another thing that Jackie and I share, the philosophy of lifting as you climb, becoming the best version of yourself in the moment. It is not work that is ever done, right? It's good.
Yeah, it's really good. And I
Yeah.
think one of the other things that I really love about my life is I have people in my sphere that are different ages, different races, different points of view. And they can be male also, honestly. I have no problems with whoever shows up is welcome, and let them share in this whole experience of being on the planet, right? But it's so much more fun.
To me, that is the ultimate in diversity and inclusion.
Yeah.
The more diverse, the richer the circle around you. And by the way, that doesn't happen accidentally. It has to be done purposefully. It's up to you to reach out, right, and expand. I love that I can learn from people that are 3 generations younger than me.
Yeah.
And I could teach them a few things too.
Yeah.
Right. And together is, oh, wow, I didn't see it that way. That's pretty cool to see it differently, right?
Yeah. And grateful.
Grateful, absolutely. That's why travel for me is so important, because I'm continuing to see the world through different eyes, different cultures, different flavors, different colors. And it just, that's all part of that continuing life, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So because we're sitting here doing all this talking, I'd really like to give you the opportunity. Let us know, for you, was it like a slam dunk? You knew exactly who you were when you turned 60 or 65 or 70 or 75 or 105? Because if you knew who you were going to be then, did you feel like it was all that you wanted it to be?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this lighting is crazy.
It is absolutely insane.
And we're swear, no alcohol yet.
Not yet.
So that's the conversation. We'd love to welcome you here into the living room with us, and comment so that we may have some more conversations around the topics that you care about and the questions that you have, or the stories that you can share with us. Because
that'd be awesome.
That would be awesome, right? It's like we're going to create a tapestry with you. And I believe that's what we're supposed to be doing now at this age as seasoned women, is that we've got a whole lot of threads in our lives that we can bring together, and we can crochet whatever, not to get, too cute about it all, but it's true. It's by not being alone in our own perspective or self-doubt or worry. And maybe you got the coolest idea to be able to lift others as you are climbing. Because I think that's the other part of what we talk about, is that staying young at heart, through laughter, through play, through curiosity, through meeting new people and new perspectives, trying new things. Oh my God, look at us sitting here on the couch. We couldn't get the mics, the lavaliers wouldn't work. So hopefully the sound quality is good enough for you. We are not in a professional studio. There are some professionals who would like to put us someplace, but
we're not going anywhere.
No, know, we're just going
Love
and
it.
growing.
Yes, please share.
Yeah,
That would
please,
be really wonderful.
please share. Invite your friends.
Yeah.
And if that is your colleague, your neighbor, your mother, your grandmother, your daughter, your son, this is
Truly.
for everybody. It's not just for us. I guess if we're the old broads, then what are the guys? I don't know, but
We know what they are.
we know what they are, whatever we tell them.
Yes.
No. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this as the first episode of the Sofa series, and I really hope that you enjoyed it as much as we have.
Absolutely.
Yay! Bye for now.
See ya.